very best young talents in professional wrestling are doing battle, and all in order to win the very first Lions Break crown. Hi again everybody, my name's Chris Charlton and welcome to Finish Strong, where every week we talk you through the highlights of the best hour of pure professional wrestling on the planet. We speak to the big names and we give you a taste of what's to come, because Strong isn't finished until we finish strong. Yes, that's right, Lions Break Crown is underway. If you don't want to be spoiled, look away now. Here comes the bracket. There it is. From 8, we are down to 4. Logan Regal, Clark Connors, Danny Limelight, and Blake Christian have all made their way to the semi-finals. Those go down next week, next Friday night, 10 Eastern, 9 Central on NJPW Strong. But we had 4 fantastic first round matchups tonight on NJPW Strong. The tournament kicked off with Logan Regal versus the DKC. Now Regal in unfamiliar territory, usually a tag team expert competing in a single elimination tournament, and the DKC was able to exploit that sort of match environment, did some very focused slim work on Logan Regal, but a quick roll up and Regal prevailed. He's through to the next round. DKC still frustrated, looking for his first win in NJPW. The same goes for Jordan Clearwater, who still hasn't found that Midas effect and hasn't found victory yet on NJPW Strong. Certainly showed his tremendous upside in this match, but Clark Connors had an intimidating game plan, and that's the game plan he's going to carry forward. He's going to strike you, he's going to grapple you, and he's going to suplex and submit you. That Boston Crab, my goodness, an instant tap out for Jordan Clearwater. He's been working on those submissions, and that's a painful hold. Keep your eye on Clark Connors next week. Then we had Danny Limelight and Barrett Brown. Barrett Brown, a very impressive attitude from him, saying that he would bring substance over style into this tournament, but it was Danny Limelight that was able to bring a combination of the two. Great strike and submission work, but also some high flying and a symbiote DDT put him into the semi-finals. And in the last of our first round matchups tonight, it was Adrian Crest versus Blake Christian. All heart, Blake Christian, and heart was what was needed. Christian came into this match injured, an oblique muscle strain and some rib work there, and Adrian Quest instantly targeted that affected area, went after him, tried to get an early win, but Hart did win out in the end, and a spectacular top rope finish puts Blake Christian into the semi-finals, where he will face Danny Limelight. And you better believe that Danny Limelight, that combination of style over substance that we've seen, Limelight's going to come after that injured part of the body, but does Christian have the heart required to make it and be the first ever Lions Break Crown winner? Also in the other semi-final matchup, Clark Connors versus Logan Regal. Who's going to be the first ever Lions Break Crown winner? We're going to find out who the final two are next week on NJPW Strong. But that's not all, because we're going to have a huge main event coming up next week. It's going to be the NJPW of America Hontai, if you will. David Finlay, Jeff Cobb, Rocky Romero, and Mysterioso will be taking on Bullet Club. Jay White, Kenta, Chase Owens, Hikuleo, 4-on-4, 8-man tag team action. Bullet Club absolutely dominant on Friday nights ever since NJPW Strong has begun. Is there any way for anybody to overcome them? Well, to talk about that, perhaps the biggest new addition to Bullet Club of late, certainly in terms of size, Hikuleo is going to join me right now on Finish Strong. You know, I mean, you've been effective, you've been powerful, you've been dominant. You would have to assume you would have to be happy with how things are going for Hikuleo right now.
Yeah, of course. You know, this is why they sent me out to excursion in England for, was to get this experience. And I'm not going to come back and F it all up on my first match back, So Brody King, that was my first test back. And, out in England, it's all about speed and agility out there. But when we come back to America, it's all about the power. And Brody King was that first test. I think I proved myself against him.
Was the plan just, okay, let's find the biggest guy that there is and take him out? Was that always the plan going in?
Kind of, I think it was always just to enforce Bullet Club. Jay White was coming back, and someone had to have his back against a big guy like Brody King. And I think that was a perfect time for me to come back, So just to keep Bullet Club strong, I'm right here. I'm back, baby.
You've got all the DNA. DNA certainly in your favor. but the younger son of King Haku, the younger brother of 6-time tag team champions, does that put a certain kind of pressure on you? How are you responding to that, and how do you want to forge your own mark within Bullet Club on NJPW Strong?
Nah, man, there's absolutely no pressure on me. This is my choice to come into this business, and I'm taking it full throttle right now. Like you said, I got the DNA, so why not take full advantage to it? And so me coming back, man, and of course, I am the chosen one. Look at me, man. Look at this gray hair. Look at this face. I'm 6'8", 275, getting bigger by the day. And you can't really stop me like that, man. So it's written in the stars. It's my destiny. What more can you ask for,
And coming up next week, we've got this huge main event. Bullet Club has been so dominant, and maybe whether people like myself or people like Kevin Kelly might not altogether feel comfortable with your methods, there's no disagreeing with the fact that you're on top right now.
Man, Bullet Club's on top right now, man. I know you're watching everything that's going on. Everyone's watching what's going on in the New Japan world. We got Evil on top. He was on top. We still got Jay White, J Dub, J1. You can't forget about Kenta, man. Kenta's having a hell of a year right now too. And I'm here, man. I'm back, baby. You can't mess with Bullet Club right now, man. We're on a roll. We haven't stopped rolling. We haven't stopped rolling since 2013. Chris, man, this is just another effect of the snowball. We're rolling right now.
So strong words indeed from Hikuleo. Thanks for joining us here on Finish Strong. Okay, so the semi-finals of Lions Break Crown next week, and this huge stacked 8-man tag team main event. So much to look forward on NJPW Strong, but so much to look forward to pretty much every night as G1 Climax 30 continues. We're on the road next to Hyogo and Kobe Wild Hall. Kazuchika Okada versus Jay White in a huge main event there. Then we're off back to Tokyo, Korakuen Hall for a doubleheader. Hiroki Goto and Tetsuya Naito on one side, and on the other, Tomohiro Ishii versus Shingo Takagi. Can you believe it? And then we're off to Niigata, and it's going to be Tetsuya Naito versus Sanada, Kenta versus Evil, LIJ versus LIJ, Bullet Club versus Bullet Club. A key match and key night when it comes to G1 Climax 30. Who will be the one? We're going to find out the only way to find out. NJPWworld.com, live and on demand, and the king of sports streaming services. So that's it. We've finished strong for another week. Thanks to my guest Hikuleo. I've been Chris Charlton. Next week, Carl Fredericks will join me right here on Finish Strong. Until then, go kigenyo. Sayonara.